I want to look at exactly what we did last year and what worked.
We interrupt this program to bring you this important message. Welcome to Marketing Interruption, a daily podcast powered by BlueTuskr that interrupts your day with marketing news, tips and strategies from an entrepreneur who lives and breathes marketing. Now, let the interruption begin with your host, Andrew Maff.
Hello and welcome to episode number 81. Jeez. Number 81 of the Marketing Interruption podcast. I'm shocked I'm still doing this. So this week, I'm going to stick to a Final BFCM Prep Series. So this is the final Black Friday, Cyber Monday series. This is essentially what I'm telling you should be doing now in your final days. So when this comes out, your final days, because we're all dying this year. So this comes out November 16th. So that means that Black Friday, Cyber Monday is the following week, which basically means there's not much more you can do at this point. I hope that you have some stuff already planned. I mean, there's more that you could do, but it's stuff that I hope you had done already. So I hope you have, all your newsletters prepped and your ads are all timed and campaigns are sitting at the budget you need them to be and your bids are where you need them to be and you've tested everything. Like everything's done. Like at this point, it should be set up and you should be really just kind of sitting around making small, little, tiny tweaks if you need to, or just adding a little bit extra without obviously bombarding. But so what I want to do this week is I want to talk about what it is you basically should be doing starting next week, right? So, or even now, you can start some of this stuff now. So today, one of the things I want to talk about is doing a spreadsheet, right? And which sounds like great fucking Excel conversation. This is going to be fantastic. I don't like Excel. I use Google Sheets so that other people can use the same thing. However, I digress. So what I'm talking about here is a very in-depth spreadsheet. So we created one of these, and essentially what I did is I created one for paid advertising guys for on a weekly basis, and then I just did for everyone on a monthly basis, where essentially everyone has their own sheet that they fill out based on whatever KPIs we're keeping track of, and then there's several I would say master sheets that don't get filled out because they fill themselves out based on what everyone else put into those sheets. But it's a great way to be able to kind of drill into your business without having to go in and out of 500 different things. If you have someone in your office that's great at Supermetrics or something like that, then that's even better because maybe you can get it automated. But so what I'm referring to is another one that was basically replicated the same concept for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So essentially, we're going to do it for the entire month of November just because a lot of our clients, we started basically campaigns like several weeks in advance. So it's kind of we didn't want to miss out on that data. So we said, screw it, just do the entire month of November. And so although last year, because it technically Cyber Friday landed in December, we did a few days. Do it for whatever time frame you feel is necessary. But so do your time frame. And essentially, you want to get every tiny piece of data that you could possibly get on every single day. So November 1st, all the way through the end of November, so you can actually track exactly how things did during what time. You also want to annotate within that spreadsheet what days certain campaigns or certain emails or certain ads or anything went live. So essentially what you want is an obnoxiously detailed spreadsheet that you can put away, and then next year when it's time for you to start to prepare for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, you can pull it out. And what you can read right there is, okay, on the Tuesday before Black Friday, we sent out this newsletter. The newsletter went out at this time. This is how many people we reached. This is how many opened, how many clicked, how many purchased, how many were leads. This is the social ad that went live that day. The social ad ran from this day to this day. And this is the click rate we got and open rate and blah, blah, and all that stuff. You need to get everything. Then you can also make a master sheet that basically fills itself out that combines like, okay, on this day, we got this many total impressions across all channels. We got this many clicks across all channels. So you want to have that master part basically answer all of your questions for you. Well, the reason I suggest doing this and getting as in depth as I'm talking about is because next year, it's really weird. I find a lot of sellers will basically start to talk to, if they had their way, they would start talking to us in like late September, early October about what are we going to do for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. I start prepping that stuff, the idea of it, in July is usually when we do it. We have like a Christmas in July week in the office, and then we basically just kind of come up with ideas for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, because people are usually calmer in July. So come up with an idea, and then they go, well, what do we want to do this year? And I hate that question because it doesn't make any sense to me. Why are you just pulling it out of your ass saying like, oh, let's just try this year? I want to look at exactly what we did last year and what worked. And then I want to redo that to a certain extent, obviously adjusted for whatever needs to be adjusted based on how those results went. And then what didn't work? Okay, I don't want to do that. That's where I want to test. That's where I want to try something new. The benefit of doing something, especially in July as well, is if we go, you know what, let's try this year. This might work. So-and-so didn't work last year. Let's try this. And if you do something like that, the benefit of doing this kind of stuff in July and having these conversations is you can go, well, let's fucking test it for Halloween, or let's test it for, what's in July? Not July 4th. I usually do it later in July. What's the next one? I don't know. You could do like a summer or holiday one. Just do a random campaign and test something. But it gives you plenty of time to test things before you unleash it in Black Friday, Cyber Monday. I know a lot of people are like, okay, it's Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Yes, it's a big weekend. And, yes, there's a lot of stuff going on, but do we really need to get like that crazy with it? And to be honest, the biggest thing is that even if you don't have a ridiculous, like massive sales weekend, it's a huge time where everyone's on the internet and you want to find a way to get their attention. And you want to find a way to get their email or get their contact information in any way. Maybe they don't shop with you for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, but who gives a shit if your list grew, because then next year you're going to do even better. So there's a lot of different ways that you have to look at it and what you're targeting, but I'm kind of going off on a tangent here. So let's go back to the spreadsheet. Create this big old spreadsheet. I think depending on what your company is, I think I've seen, there are a couple sellers we do this for actually, where we actually do it for November and December because of how big they have in December as well. But you have to be able to look at literally every single detail of every campaign, what campaign was run, what time it ran, how long it ran, what you paid, what your bid was, what your cost per click was, click-through rate, conversion rate, average order value. Like, it can go all fucking day long, but you need to get all of that. So what I'm also going to do is, if anyone I can't give out the Black Friday spreadsheet because I don't really have a templated one. We kind of had created a half-assed one that then we customized to everyone we work with. But I do have a really big paid advertising one, and I have a really big monthly one that is basically what is derived from the Black Friday one. So if anyone wants that spreadsheet, shoot me an email, marketinginterruption@BlueTuskr.com. I have it as a Google sheet so I can share it with you, and then you can just duplicate it and it's all yours. I promise you this thing's huge. I did the count. The paid advertising one has, across every single channel, has 150 KPIs that have to be manually filled out, which sucks. But that's if you have every single channel. So if you're also on like Twitter and Pinterest and LinkedIn and Facebook and like all of them, in which case get a VA. It really only takes like 2 hours tops to fill it out. But once you fill out the manual stuff, there's over 20, it's like 2,200 different metrics that you get out of it. And it's basically like month over month, week over week comparisons, day over day comparisons, however you set it up, percentages of spend for certain channels. Like, there's not a KPI in there that you couldn't get. So if you want it, shoot me an email, marketinginterruption@BlueTuskr.com. I'll send it your way. I'm on a tangent, so I'm going to end this episode. So I'm done today. That's it. Rate, review, subscribe. I'll see you all tomorrow for more Black Friday, Cyber Monday prep stuff. See you then.
Thank you for joining us for today's Marketing Interruption. Make sure to rate, review and subscribe to the show. And don't forget to email marketinginterruption@bluetuskr.com with any marketing questions you'd like to have answered on the show. And head over to marketinginterruption.bluetuskr.com to catch up on past episodes. Until next time, we now return you to your regularly scheduled programming.